I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on vectors. Now, some of my students will be taking a test on planes, so I thought let me review with some brilliant questions asked in previous test papers. So the question here is, explain why the plane with Cartesian equation 2x plus 5z minus 3 equals to 0 never intersects y-axis. So you have to provide an explanation for this, right? You can always pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. The idea here is also to learn how do we sketch planes from given conditions, right? So that should be answering the question also, right? So let's look into both the parts. So we'll begin with figuring out how to sketch a plane, right? How to represent plane. So we are given this plane, let's call this as pi, which is given to us as 2x plus 5z minus 3 equals to 0. Now, whenever you're given a plane, there are different ways of sketching it, but in this form, the best method is to find intercepts with x's. So the idea here will be we'll find intercepts with x's, right? So let's find with, let's say, x-axis first. The question says never intersects the y-axis, so we'll see that later, but we can always try with x and z-axis, right? So if it intersects on the x-axis somewhere, in that case, z should be 0, right? So we have the equation 2x plus 5z minus 3 equals to 0. So that means both y and z, everything should be 0, right? So we'll substitute z equals to 0. So we get 2x plus 0 minus 3 equals to 0, or we get 2x equals to 3. That means x is equal to 3 by 2. So let us say we have a point 3 by 2 somewhere here, right? So we'll call this point as 3 by 2. Okay, so we'll call this point as 3 by 2 on the x-axis. So this is my x-axis, this is y, and that is z. Now, let us find also the intercept with z-axis. So in that case, I'll put x equals to 0, correct? So in our equation, we'll write 2 times 0 plus 5z minus 3 equals to 0. So that gives me 5z equals to 3, or z equals to 3 over 5. Okay, so we get 3 over 5, and let's say this is z value, right? So this is 3 over 5. Right, so now, for the given equation, we know the normal is 2. So the normal here is basically 2, 0, 5, correct? That is the normal vector. So anyway, so when you get such kind of an equation, we need to, I'll show you the sketch also. If in this condition, if we have a y-intercept, we'll just assume it we have, right? If we have y-intercept, where could it be? That is the question. If we have y, then what? It is only possible at origin, you know, when y is, all are 0, right? So that is possible only at the origin, but we know that is not true. So that is not true in this case, right? Because since you see that y value, when you multiply with any parameter, you just get 0, and in this equation there is nothing like this, right? So that is not true, correct? So that explains, so that is the explanation. So we will not have y-intercept for the plane 2x plus 5z minus 3 equals to 0. It does make sense to you, right? So that is the reason. So we are very close to our sketch. Let me just sketch this one. So if you have one of those parameters missing, then it is always better to find the intercepts, and we know it is never going to intersect this y, so we could actually sketch it like this, and it extends till infinity. So that is my plane pi. Do you understand? So that also explains you how do we sketch a plane for the given equation, which is kind of like this. I hope that helps. Thank you.